Connecting. Sending data.
Ooh,
We are live on Twitch. Hi, Twitch.
nice.
What's up, Twitch?
Hi,
Hi, people.
Twitch.
Oh, I should probably send that tweet, huh?
Yeah, maybe.
Be kind of helpful, maybe.
Hi,
Yeah,
you
just
two.
send it at the end.
Yeah, there you go. You guys can go
Like,
watch the VOD.
Look, stream's great. Just go back and watch it. Trust me.
I mean, that's a good way to quality control, I guess.
Where have I heard this one before? Ooh.
Oh, this is for anybody who's watching right now or watching the VOD. In our comments, we have posted the playlist that we're all listening to right now. It's a Wanderhome playlist that I assembled, and we're all kind of adding on to. The music that we have right now is from a beautiful, wonderful game called Spiritfarer. It's all about how being a shepherd for lost souls and learning how to say goodbye, which I think perfectly summates the game that we're kind of making right now. Is there anybody in chat?
Are we about to die?
We're all about to die at some point.
Oh, God.
Just accept it. Like,
Yeah.
please.
The first one to go will be Clive.
Unfortunate.
I think actually the first one to go was Harry this time around. Gotta love characters that we just kill off for the sake of having a funeral.
Yeah.
But it brings us together.
That's true. It does bring us together.
I just pulled up the stream on stream because I wanted to see if it was working.
Yeah, it was working.
Okay, cool.
Dreamception.
Also, hi, welcome to Fresh Rolls. This is a tabletop RPG podcast show thing, in which we get together every week and we play a tabletop RPG and have a damn good time doing it. My name's Matt, or Preoccupied. I'm usually your DM, but tonight, our facilitator, I think is the term we ended up landing on, is Felix, just below me in camera order. Felix, it's your show now. Enjoy.
Hi. Oh shit! All that responsibility. I love it. Yes. Hello, everyone. My name is Felix. Today we're going to be hopefully finishing up our game of A Quiet Year, which is a map game by tabletop game designer Joe Madano. It is up on their website for purchase if you want to try to get a PDF of that. It's a fantastic game for world building and for collaborative storytelling right now. Game revolves around the land of the Haith, a kind of fantastical pastoral fantasy realm full of animal folk, their hospitable ways, insect beasts of burden and pets, and secret and tiny gods. And so right now we are building out this world. We're kind of fleshing it out for the first generation of the Kith, these animal folk, their year of silence. So a few things happened in the last game. I don't think we have time to go over every little thing. But so far, if you look at our map, we have on our screen a little bit of everything. We have a skyward observatory. We have the top right corner, a little Airbnb tavern, or not Airbnb, but a B&B and tavern run by a bear. We have a crystal mine off in the top left corner, a swamp marsh with a bunch of medicinal mushrooms, bottom right, a bunch of hidden terrifying spiders, and a small community just trying to make it work. We're going to go ahead and just jump right in. Rules are pretty easy to follow along with, so let's just get going. It's my turn, I believe. And let me see here. Actually, let's kind of talk about what we got going on. So in our last session, we have some resources. Underneath scarcities for our community, we have hope, looks like honey is a scarcity. Food and water, which I forget why honey was different than food, but it is, and they're both scarce. We currently only have tradition and abundance, and it has just kind of baseline resources. We have goodwill and medicine from mushrooms. All right. I have our initiative order right here. I'm going to go ahead and start off. I drew the Two of Summer. Someone new arrives. Who? Why are they in distress? Or someone leaves the community. Who? And what are they looking for? I think that let me see, what was her name? I think Fiona Fox, the charismatic young girl who brought forth the glow fruit into this community and kind of brought some whimsy and some joy to them. I think she leaves for a time. I think she leaves to go and live with the folk up north, the hippie commune, to try to mend the relationship between the two communities. In our last session, we kind of talked about how the hippie commune was afraid to work with the other kith because they were afraid to incur the wrath of the spirits of the land. So she's going up there to kind of figure some things out, hopefully repair some relationships. I am going to, I'll add that onto my little list here. Project dice are reduced by 1. So we have 2 projects that finished this week. It looks like the community is done taking turns sitting on the egg they discovered in the crystal mine, and Harry's funeral is all completed. Let's see,
Rest in peace,
Fomar, would you
Harry.
like to let us know what goes on with the egg?
Oh yeah, I did that. Right.
That
Right.
was yeah.
I was like, wait, what egg? Oh, I'm sorry. I was looking through my notes here about the egg here. Okay. So for the egg, where did we find it again?
It
We
was
found it at the.
discovered. It was discovered in front of the mine. I think 2 kids found it when they were playing around there.
I think it was found in the left side of the map.
Okay. Okay. I was like, where do we find it? So I think for the egg, now that we are done sitting on it for the time being, right now we did all that just to find that it is right now it's a baby chick that is hatched out of the egg.
Gotcha. Do we are there also like like kith chickens in this world, or
Yes, we are gonna add kith chickens to the world.
okay, so like a new species of intelligent kith come forward.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, it's not like for example, it's not like Goofy and Pluto kind of levels
No.
of like sentience.
No.
Okay.
Wait, just so I understand.
okay.
This new hatched chicken has sentience.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, we
Great.
just
So
hatched
someone
never been
turns into their
seen.
baby. Gotcha,
And
gotcha.
chickens have never been seen before in this world. Is that where we're going with?
Yes.
Does that mean?
Okay.
Did they think it was a lizard person baby? Do those exist yet? Do we know?
I think we can safely say that. I think if we want lizard people to be a part of this, they can be. But yeah, kith chickens, a new species is what I've written. A
Yes.
young new species. So that's what happens with that. And then Harry's funeral. Flounder, would you like to tell us about Harry's funeral?
Yeah, I think since tradition is in abundance here, Harry's funeral was very traditional, but less in a funeral aspect and more in a celebration of life aspect. I think the town like really comes together and it's more of a community sharing memories and holding on to joy and less grieving. Obviously, there is grieving, but it's not sad funeral.
Gotcha. I love that. The town kind of comes together. There's a moment of healing with them as they say goodbye to their old beloved mentor, Harry. Awesome. I'm going to go ahead and move on to my last thing. I'm going to choose an action. I'm going to discover something new. I think near the woods, there are some of the kids who are foraging over there discover a previously unknown species of insect. It's the larval form of the bagworm moth that they've seen flying over the sky, but no one's ever seen their larval form before. And what they end up discovering, which the bagworm moths in this realm perhaps split high in the sky on nights, so they're rarely ever seen. What they discover are these essentially these giant, like, beetle-looking things that cut down trees and build little towers on their backs. You can look up bagworm moth larvae on Google and see what I'm talking about. But I think they discover this new potential beast of burden that is yet untamed. And I'll go ahead and add them onto the map in just a second.
Sorry about that. Chat on screen now is the bagward moth larva. Looks like it's got a
Oh, whoa.
little hat and a log cabin.
I wanted
like a
to include
little
them in this game for a long
lizard.
time.
They're pretty good. I like them.
Oh,
Yeah, they take little twigs and stuff and
nice.
they just make little fortresses they can hide in.
I found one that has like a wizard hat.
Oh.
Yeah, he's got a
Yeah, it's almost like a spiral.
yeah. Anyway,
All
that's
right.
cool.
And yeah, heck yeah, it's cool. I'm going to draw him on there, and then let's go ahead and move on to our next person in initiative. Up next is Peregrine. You get the 10 of Summer. Would you like to read off what that is?
Yeah. Okay. Option 1, you discover a catch of supplies or resources, add a new abundance, or a scarcity has gone unaddressed for too long, start a project that will alleviate that scarcity. Oh, that's so cool. Okay, I'm gonna leave this to the dice again because it was so cool. I'll roll a d20. Odd is the left side, even is the right side. Yeah. It's 9. Okay. Okay, so we get a new abundance. I'll say that. Yeah, this is a fantasy game full of talking animals. Okay, so the observatory, um,
Mm-hmm.
there were some kids like dinking around, just trying to do like hooligan shenanigans, getting out of work, like daring each other to go inside of it at night when no one was looking. Um, and they found like some sort of like base rock deposit, like what they're going to nickname it moon dust because they have no idea like what it actually comes from.
Okay.
And the properties of which are yet to be discovered, but there is hella of it. Like inside of the observatory, it can only be seen at night, but it's
Okay.
all around that area. Can I add little like speckles on the ground on the map?
Yeah, go crazy.
Where did they find this? At the observatory?
Yeah,
Oh.
that's what it is, right?
Um,
In the map here, it's
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the
Looks like a
observatory.
Dalek.
yeah. That's what these little dots on the map are going to represent.
I love it. Moon dust in abundance can only be seen at night. Does it glow, or does it, like, what's the characteristic of it?
Yeah, it like glows, but subtly, like in a way that like when you pass by a reflective surface and for a second you're like, did I just see my reflection? Or was that an illusion? It like you almost like can't catch it glowing unless you're seeing it in your periphery.
Gotcha. Okay. Right on. Projects produced by 1. I forgot to mention upgrade tools for mining reduced last week as well, so we're down to 2 weeks for that. Did anybody ever start a project to build the school for the Spire scientists? Because I remember
I
us talking
think
about that.
we talked
No, but
about
I can
letting.
answer the project.
I think we talked about having them join the council and say they can run the school however they want. I don't recall us actually starting to build the school.
Okay, gotcha. I just want to make sure I didn't have that down wrong. Awesome, Peregrine. It's your action. What would you like to do?
Can I do that as my project? Is have the council start building this?
Absolutely. How long do you think that's going to take?
What's the longest it can be? You're building
Longest
an
is 6
entire-
weeks.
Let's do 5 weeks.
5 weeks? Okay.
Okay.
All
and that's
right, college. Council builds college for Spire people. 5 weeks. Sounds good. Moving ahead here. Tofar, you draw the 6 of summer.
Outsiders arrive in the area. Why are they there? How are they valuable? Outsiders arrive in the area. How many? How are they greeted?
Oh my god, are we going to war?
Hmm. No.
Oh yeah, I think it
Oh,
lists them
shit.
as a threat.
Yeah, it says
Yeah, it
how are
says,
they
"Why a threat?
vulnerable?
How are they
Yeah.
vulnerable?
Oh, vulnerable.
Yeah,
Oh.
That could also be a valuability.
Uh,
Sometimes vulnerability is strength, guys.
Oh, jeez.
I like to imagine the outsiders are a little traveling troupe of little forest creatures all in a little band.
Okay.
There's 4 of them.
And how are they vulnerable?
No, this is how they're
What are they a
greeted.
threat?
Yeah.
They're
I'm sorry, I'm kidding.
musicians. That's how.
Okay.
You're
They're
doing the
gonna
one
pay
right.
80 bucks for tickets.
A positive one.
You're doing
Yeah.
the.
I'm doing how are they greeted.
Okay, gotcha.
I think they're greeted warmly. I think people are a little unfamiliar with this because they don't get a lot of traveling musicians. But are by the end of the night are all in listening to their music at their closest kind of town hall.
We have a town hall.
Awesome.
Yeah.
We have the keystone, which
We do now.
that's a bit.
Okay.
Awesome. And then projects reduce down by 1. Is there anything else you want to describe about these folk?
I think they meet with some of the heads. Their instruments are a guitar, a harp, a drum, and a banjo.
Okay. Awesome. Fantastic. Projects reduced down by 1 more week until upgraded tools for mining are done, and the college is at 4 weeks now. What project would you like to do?
Is that
Sorry, what
building in the
action would you like
center?
to take?
Is the building
Yeah,
in the
sorry,
center
I'm
kind of the city itself?
I'm redrawing my interpretation of the keystone.
All good.
So I'll get that fixed up in just a second.
No worries, no rush. I think the townsfolk, spurred by this traveling musician group, decide to really embrace music itself and build a little concert hall.
Oh, I love that.
And I think it's going to take about 5 weeks.
All right, a lot of culture coming into this community. Higher education, we have music. I love it. That's going to be the keystone now because that looks a lot better. Awesome. 5 weeks for the concert hall. Sounds good. And with that, we finish the summer. The months of Devil Days, The Swarming, and Gatling, in which the hot, dreary summer sun would beat down upon the inhabitants of the Haithland. Month where all the insect critters would come out of their hiding holes for their mating season, causing a great enumeration of interactions between the kith and their insect friends. Comes to an end as these projects and this community begins to move forward. The month of Firetop begins as each and every tree in the Haithland, regardless of how dimmed the colors have been due to the year of quiet, begin to shine with yellows and reds, even if they are ever so slight. We have 2 more seasons. And I'm going to go ahead and draw for our next friend in order. Locked On, you get the Ace of Autumn. Can you read what the Ace of Autumn is, please?
Okay. The community becomes obsessed with a single project. Which one? Why? Choose one. They decide to take more time to ensure that the project is perfect. Add 3 weeks to the project die. They drop everything else to work on it. All other projects fail. If there are no projects if there are no projects underway, the community becomes obsessed with a grandiose vision. Hold a discussion about this vision in addition to your regular action for the week.
Okay. So the projects we have right now, we have 3. So that second half, I guess, doesn't really work for us right now. We currently have upgrade tools for mining, which is going to resolve this week. The council built a college, 4 weeks, and the concert hall, which is 5 weeks. Which one of these do you think the community becomes obsessed with?
I'm going to say the community becomes just double checking. If I pick one, everything all the projects fail? Or
all the other projects fail.
Oh.
oh no, it says choose one.
No pressure. No
so
pressure.
we can either, my apologies. So it's either add 3 weeks to the project die, or all other projects fail.
Okay.
Oh. Okay.
Whoa, I read that completely differently.
I like the idea that it was both, and I was like,
2 and 1.
I'm
yeah,
like,
a little brutal.
we're not going to have any formal education or music.
Nope, we're gonna find out what's in the spire.
Well, I'm gonna decide that they become obsessed with the education. So that's
Okay.
gonna.
Oh, yeah.
So that one's gonna take an extra 3 weeks.
Okay, that's up
And-
to 7 now.
Oh no! And I think it's
What can I say?
The community becomes more involved with the education side while talking to the rabbits, because they have an idea, and the community likes it. They just want to add more, and they want to flesh out the entire curriculum to the last detail. Whether or not arguments become a thing is up to them, but they just want every detail to be perfect.
I love that. All
Also,
right,
with the introduction of the music people, they want to add that as well.
I love it. They're like, well, why don't we have we're going to get a concert hall. Why don't we include a college for musicians as well? And they're like, fuck, fine, you can get a college too. I'm sure the farmers are like, what about agriculture? Well, I guess we're doing that too now. We might as well do it right the first time. Awesome. Project dice get reduced by 1. So the concert hall gets down to 4. The college gets brought down to 6 now. And upgraded tools for mining is down to 0. And I forget who started that project.
I think that was Matt, I believe.
Is that
I think so
Happy
too.
Yeah.
I
As
think
he's
it
having-
was me. My mic arm, as I was adjusting it, just detached from my desk. So
I saw that. That was a good save.
Next project, fix his mic.
Yeah, real.
12 weeks. Um, Matt, what happens with these upgraded tools? What comes of that?
Now we're able to get deeper into here, hold on, let me change tabs. Into our crystal mine to see what kind of useful shit might be down there. In addition to
Awesome.
riches and whatnot. We're gonna create a dragon's hoard, I think.
Just a big old hole in the ground with resources.
Yeah,
shiny
exactly.
resources.
What?
Does that
Shiny.
count as a new? Does that count as a new project?
That sounds like that might be a new project he can start on his turn.
Potentially.
Well, unless you want to start now, I have an action.
That is up to you. Yeah, absolutely. If you would like to use your action to do that, you can. But yeah, Lockdown, let's go ahead and have you do your action, my friend. Discover something new, hold a discussion, or start a new project.
Well, we got some new tools. Let's start a new project. Let's get mining. Let's get some resources.
Send the children.
All right. What would you call
Jeez.
this project, and how long
Hey, the
to
children need
yearn
to
for the
contribute.
mines?
The project name is called Diggy Diggy Hole.
Diggy hole. Gotcha.
Respect
Yep.
it.
Yep. And this will take 6 weeks.
The dwarves have joined the chat.
A lot. Wow, a lot of big projects here. All right. I love it. Diggy hole. With new tools, the Kith begin to go into the mines, hoping to find more resources to allow them to survive this harsh year. I love it. Let's go ahead and move on over to Matt, over to Preoccupied. I'm trying to use stream names today. My apologies. We have the
cool with either.
6th of Autumn. Okay, awesome. Matthew Preoccupied.
Is your
Um,
deck of cards
wow,
black
my full
with
name?
white- with white on
it is a, I believe it is the bicycle. Here, I have the box right here. It is the bicycle ice variety.
Oh,
nice.
cool. But
And I figured like that would be an appropriate one to have. So yes, they are like black with blue. And then this is the back. It's kind of like a 90s tattoo. It reminds me
Yeah, it
of.
is.
Yo.
Do you have a deck of cards for every season?
I wish I did. I had another one that was like the Roaring Twenties. It was all like I forget what that style of architecture is, but it was like the
gilded?
1920s. Yeah, like a Gilded Age, like postmodernism kind of situation, along with like bright gold. If I
nice.
lost it, it's somewhere in here. But Matt, you get the 6th of Autumn. Would you like to read that?
Yeah, so it's introduce a dark mystery among the members of the community, which is my shit. Or conflict flares up among community members, and as a result, a project fails. I don't want to fail anybody's projects. So we're gonna
Fair
do a dark mystery
Oh,
among
you're
the
so-
members of the community.
You just wanted to do the dark mystery. Just be real.
Yeah, somebody
What's the
said
dark mystery?
Cthulhu.
Care about harmony.
Cthulhu.
yeah. People start to like lose their minds a little bit and talk about a tentacled giant
Oh God.
god. Actually, no, somebody goes missing, and
Is it Clyde? Is it Cliff?
It's
Is it
very
Clive again?
shady. I don't know. Wait, who is Cliff again? Cliff?
Oh yeah, sorry. Cliff was the Badger trader that disappeared for a
Oh.
while and then lost his mind already.
Traveling salesman.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, he's been through enough. Let's,
Is he still like kind of? Have we gotten Cliff in therapy?
No, he
He
got
needs
his
it.
project back.
no, this
I
is
can-
actually Cliff's therapist is the one who gets lost.
Oh no, he is about to have a breakthrough.
I know.
Okay, so Cliff's therapist. Do we have a name for Cliff's therapist?
Cloth.
Cliffy?
Cloth.
Cloth?
Okay.
Cloth.
Cloth.
CLOF. Is that how you?
CLOF, CLUF, CLEF. Yeah, one of those.
I like CLEF.
It's one of
Clef.
those-
Clef.
It's one of those names. Clef. Cliff's therapist. Did he go missing? What happens?
He just one day he's there, the next day he's not. Nobody knows what happened, but maybe there's some suspicions. Maybe there's
I feel like
What are-
Cliff
maybe
saw
there's
what
just like
happened, but he
theories.
Can't talk about it.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
What are the rumors?
Well, maybe there's a rumor that Cliff killed him.
Oh.
Ooh.
Poor Cliff.
Oh, poor Cliff. He can't catch a break.
There's
I
a
know.
rumor that
Cliff
he owed
probably
money to the
saw the
hippies.
kidnapping happen.
He's kind of mad that he probably came to this town like, man, I just was trying to be nice. You
Yeah.
know?
This
Mhm.
poor guy.
All right. So yes, Cloth, the therapist, goes missing. Cliff is suspected. Projects go down by 1. So the college goes down to 5. Concert hall to 3. And Diggy Diggy Hole down to 5. Matt, what action would you like to take? Discover something new, hold a discussion, or start a new project?
I want to discover something new, but I haven't thought of anything yet. So I guess we start a project.
Yeah, you can start a project if you want. What do you want to do?
That's also a good question. Let's.
Life is your oyster.
We can talk a little bit about like some of the. Do you want me to list off the resources again?
Sure.
Okay, so in scarcity we have hope, food, water, and honey. Our old man Harry died because of a lack of proper water.
Oh,
We
okay.
have.
I'll stop you there.
Oh, okay.
Let's do the water thing.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's start some water purification going. Let's I don't know. Let's start developing filters maybe for
Okay.
for water flasks and whatnot. Because I don't think
Water
this is
filtration?
a very advanced society.
I mean, the technology is kind of all over the place. We have like
Yeah.
tractor next to like magical fruit lighting up the streets, next to a giant telescope. Like it's kind of all over the place, but that's great. How many weeks do you think this water filtration project will take?
I think water filtration is hard as shit, so I'm gonna say at least 4.
4 weeks. Sounds good. We'll go ahead and move on over to our next person in order, which is going to be Fomar. All right. Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot I had to do a thing. Fomar, you get the 2 of autumn.
2 of autumn. Okay. Someone returns to the community. Who? Where were they? Or you
God.
find a body. Do cannot do this. What happened? Oh my god. I don't like it. I don't like it.
So we do have 2 people that have left the community recently. We have both Fiona
left the
Fox
community?
and Cloth.
Wait, I know Claude, but where did Fiona go, dude?
Fiona went up to the hippie commune to try and like repair relationships with them up there.
To repair relationships. Okay, so we have Fiona, and then we have what is it? Clough? What did you
Clef,
know?
clef, cloth,
Cloth.
Cloth. There you go, cloth. I'm
cloof.
gonna have to like put that phonetically
Put
in my
Noom
notes.
out of it.
Cloth,
Vowel
cloth,
sound
but
you
with an
want.
F. Okay, I think I'm gonna go ahead and choose for this here. Mm, we're gonna find the body. We're gonna find Cloth's body.
Oh God.
Oh no!
No!
Yeah.
What happened?
Rip cloth.
Cliff's lost everyone that he cares about.
We're just putting look. You can't really have a strong character background. He's gonna be a protagonist, okay? He's going through the
True,
struggles.
true.
That's at least
we have
4
to
more
give
years
him-
of therapy.
Yeah.
His
We have to give
origin
him
story.
trauma. Yeah.
So we go ahead and we find Cliff's therapist, Cloth. We are able to recognize him. What happened as far as what happened to him, it just so happened while they were discussing the mystery of what happened, with them suspecting Cliff might being it. They sent out, the child actually when they were going out to gather resources, they happened to find upon Cliff's body in the what do we have on the map? Let me check the map actually. That'd be interesting. Let's see. We have the what's the mushroom forest there? They found it in the mushroom forest. As far as what happens to him,
Oh my god, the water filterer's got him.
Oh God.
he
Need
got
too
stuck in the
much.
water filter.
Oh, no.
It's like, no, he didn't get stuck in the water filter. No. As of right now, it's suspected that he fell in the contaminated water that we have here, but that's still up for foul play, though. All they know is that they find his body in the contaminated water, and they notice his body has strange markings, so that's still the mystery part of it.
Ooh,
Oh shit. The plot thickens.
it
The plot
does.
thickens. So who knows? Maybe the same thing that scared Cliff. Who knows? Wee.
They found him in the water.
Mm-hmm.
This is gonna be the basis for the Delta Green campaign now.
In the already
Uh,
foul tasting water.
Yeah, in
That,
the already foul tasting water. Yeah.
Right, that's been turning people's eyes black
Love
and
it.
making them forget where they were. Here, I'm going to, if you're okay with that, I'm just going to draw a little body in the water.
oh,
Yeah, absolutely.
they just leave him there.
Oh, we don't want to
Yes,
hold a
right.
funeral
What
for
is
him.
this down at the bottom of the forest?
Oh, that's the bagworm bug. That's
Oh,
the bagworm
yeah.
larva.
Oh, gotcha. Right. Okay.
Gotcha.
Thank you. Okay, I couldn't see
Yeah.
it while you were drawing it. Cute.
All right, and I'm on the wrong layer for that, so I'm going to do that later. But yes,
Oh.
okay. So his body's found in the lake with
like-
strange markings. Yeah, if
Oh,
you want to
that's
draw.
too thick. Hold on. I'm gonna lower down the brush.
Big boy.
He
Well,
was,
they didn't tell you
he
his
was not
cloth was
small.
huge.
Yeah, Cloth was a giant.
Let me see. Where's the side?
All right. And then
Yeah.
let's go ahead and look. We have our projects going down by 1. 4 projects now. Concert Hall goes down to 2. College for the Spire goes down to 4. Diggy Diggy Hole goes down to 4. Water Filtration goes down to 3. What action would you like to take this turn, Fomar? This week?
What are the options? So I know project is 1, but what else?
You can hold a discussion, either starting with a statement or a question. We can go over those rules when we get there. We can have you discover something new, where you introduce a new situation and put it on the map, or start a new project.
Want to hold a discussion?
Okay.
Being that we just found Clough and we suspect Cliff, should we launch an investigation to find out what happened?
I think an investigation would be incredibly beneficial considering the circumstances seem malicious.
It does seem quite suspicious, and I think that so long as it's done properly, an investigation is called for.
There's a group of like ornery elderly folk in the back with like snuff in their mouth. I think he's guilty. Get his ass.
I agree. Get his ass.
All right, locked on.
Hold on. We must do process. Even though we all know he's guilty as hell, just let the youngsters do their jobs. Then we kill him later.
All right, a very vindictive community.
Hey,
love
tradition is real strong.
Wait, so far did you add into the conversation or did I?
so far get it?
Wait,
Get a turn?
No,
Oh,
so far
sorry.
did not.
is there capital punishment now?
Always
That's
has
a great
been.
question.
Sure as hell is.
Here, hold on. We only get one statement during the statement during
Oh,
the
sorry.
how the discussion. You're good. You're good. We can absolutely riff later, but I want to make sure all voices are heard. And we did skip Tofar.
Oh, yeah, no, that was it.
Oh, just
Oh,
that's a great question to end it on. All right, and then we move on over. It is now Flounder's turn. Flounder, you draw the 7 of Autumn.
Oh no. Okay. A project just isn't working out as expected. Radically change the nature of this project. Don't modify the project die. When it resolves, you'll be responsible for telling the community how it went. Something goes foul and supplies are ruined. Add a new scarcity.
Do you want me to read off the projects one more time?
Sure.
We have a concert hall being built 2 weeks. We have a college being built 4 weeks. We have Diggy Diggy Hole to dig deeper into the crystal mines 4 weeks. And then lastly, water filtration 3 weeks.
I think Diggy Diggy Hole is not going as expected. While the tools were suitable for mining further, I think they're still working on keeping the tunnels structurally sound that deep down.
Okay.
So I think instead of digging deeper currently, they're now working on like putting in supports in place to keep the mine from collapsing.
Okay. Gotcha. I see. Okay, so it's going to be a bit of a bit less of a deep dig, but maybe a bit more of an expansive, safer dig.
Yes.
Okay, I love it. When that one resolves in a few turns, it'll be your job to bring it down. Let's go ahead and reduce projects. So we have the college being built at 3, 1 more week for the concert hall, 3 more for the new Diggy Diggy Hole, and 2 for water filtration. What action would you like to take this turn, my friend?
Let me scroll down to my reference card. I want to discover something new, but like Matt, I also don't know what I want to discover.
Anything you want to discover. Anything at all. It could
There's
be
so
a new
many
lead
choices.
to. I feel you. It could be a new lead to perhaps like an investigation that we're doing that we've talked about. It could be something to do with a new commune. It could be something to do with a giant chasm that's next to those mountains. It could be something to do with the bear. You have a lot of options here.
I think near where Cloth was found, that guy, there was a stray bandana found, a little piece of evidence. Something not reminiscent of anything Cliff would have worn as a traitor. But something new
Gotcha.
in the equation.
Okay. Bandana found at crime scene. Can you add that to the map?
Yes.
Awesome. We'll go ahead and move on while you're doing that. It's my turn again. I'm going to draw. I get the oh goodness, is it the Jack? I forgot what this card's called. The Jack of Autumn. Let me see. A project finishes early. Which one and why? I think that they are tired. I think that like in their quest for perfection for this college, there's like an old carpenter beaver in the back who just says, "God damn it, it's good enough. We don't need all these fancy details. We don't need these relief carvings. We'll let the students do it themselves. We're fine." And some people start to like get a little bit argumentative, and he shuts them down. He's like, "Oh, we're done. We have other things to do. It's fine. Who cares if the music students, don't have the nicest building in the world? They're not going to be used to getting nice things anyway. They're musicians." And so I'm going to go ahead and end this project.
All the money's going to the athletic department.
Yeah. Why do they
There's no
need anything
roof
nice?
in the music
course.
wing.
Of course. Like as a musician, I'm like, them's fighting words.
Yeah, right?
Yep.
There
There are two stadiums.
The college is built, and I'll add that onto the map in a second. Projects reduced by 1. So the concert hall is also done, and I believe that was Tofar. Tofar, do you want to tell us what happens with the the college or the concert hall?
Yeah. I mean, I imagine that's part of it. At least very close to it on the map, and I'll actually try to draw it in. But I think the crowds, well, as soon as the night kind of starts to roll in and the sun starts to set a bit, a lot of the families and a lot of the people who were very excited about this project kind of start to pile in and witness the concert from the same group that initially got them started, with their little enjoyment for music.
I love it. And I'm adding in a somewhat college-looking college, I think. It's got a big steeple on it. Looks a little bit closer to a church, but
There we go.
I think it does the job. And oh, I like that. Hell yeah.
That's perfect.
Awesome. Beautiful. Cool. I am going to. I think I'm going to start a new project. I think a formal investigation needs to go into discovering what happened to Cloth. And so I think there is I think there's an otter folk who kind of comes forward into one of these town meetings. He's smoking a hand-rolled cigarette. He's got his little sleeves like kind of sloppily rolled up and a little loose tie. He's holding like a big, like looks almost like a sketchbook, and he says, "I understand there's been a murder. I would like to offer my services. I am Slippery P. Johnson. It's nice to meet you all. And I'll go ahead and head on over there. Don't worry about the cost. I'll get it taken care of. Should probably take me, we'll say 2 weeks to complete this."
Slippery Peter Johnson.
Slippery P. Johnson.
That man's got 2 penises in his name.
Slippery P. Johnson. That's me.
Oh my God. I love it.
And I'm going to go ahead and add that down. Murder investigation, 2 weeks. Let me see. And then I believe also Diggy Diggy Hole gets brought down. I don't think I reduced these to 2, and then water filtration gets dropped down to 1. All right, and I'll go ahead. It's my turn. Up next is Peregrine. We got the 4 of Autumn, my friend.
Land
4
for
of
turn.
Autumn. Okay. Option 1. Oh wait, sorry. Me, right? Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
Yes. Yeah.
The strongest among you dies. What caused the death? Or the weakest among you dies. Who's to blame for their death?
Oh no.
That's happening here.
Oh,
Slippery P.
okay.
Johnson.
So, so Slippery P. Johnson comes into town, right?
No.
And even the citizens among them that are like too cool for school, don't really get that involved, are like kind of hanging on his coattails because he's so fucking cool. This guy fucks. And they're just like following him around, meddling with the investigation. And there's a group of like particularly strong folks that were working on the college that are now like out of things to do because the beaver shut it down, who are kind of going with him over into the lake. And there are 2 twin brothers. They're canaries, but they make up for it by weightlifting every day, the big rocks. They go to the edge of the lake to help Slippery P. Johnson, and one of them, the taller brother, like reaches his hand down into the water to grab something, and you see him just get sucked into the bottom.
Oh,
And one of
shit.
his shoes floats
Oh,
back up
no.
to the surface.
Damn.
Oh my goodness.
That canary's brother's name was Twiddle,
Twiddle.
but he was big. Don't fuck with him. Yeah.
Is
Alright,
the
so
other one called
Twiddle gets-
Tweety?
Sure.
Twiddle gets dragged down. Absolutely. Bummer. Always a bummer to introduce a new character and then immediately kill them. We've all been there. Projects get produced by 1. So I was going to say, I'm really glad I put that the murder investigation was only 2 weeks, because it'd be kind of crazy if Slippery P came into town and was like, "I got this." Saw someone get murdered and was like, "I need a few more weeks to figure this out." So Diggy hole gets brought down to 1. Murder investigation down to 1, and then Matt, water filtration is complete. Would you like to tell us what happens?
Yeah, we figured out how to turn cloth into water filters. So when you're filling up from the well or from the lake or really anywhere, all the bad stuff gets filtered out. Now you have a bottle of clean water.
Awesome. Do you think this is
People can
enough
just
to
make
turn
those.
water from a scarcity to just a resource?
I would say it certainly makes it easier to drink water. Yeah.
Okay. Would you mind adding on some sort of like water filtration thing onto the map near the lake, please? And then,
Sure.
Peregrine, what would you like to have be your action?
Sorry, I'm just taking notes. So I can, if I start a like discussion,
Mhm.
I can start with a statement, and then everyone else can just add a statement, right?
Yeah, if you start with a statement,
Is the
you let me see. If you start with a question, then you get to start the whole thing, but you don't get the last word. If you start with a statement, then you have the last word, and that kind of reflects the community's mindset for that statement.
Okay. Cool. So I'll hold the discussion, and I'll start with a statement.
Okay.
That same contingent of like grumpy older folks who already thought that Cliff was a murderer kind of opened the meeting by being like, "We saw what happened to Twiddle. That damn Cliff. That's it."
All right. Tofar.
Guys, I'm not gonna lie. I'm pretty sure it's Slippery Pete Johnson. He shows up, and people start dying.
Watch on.
I think these outsiders might be the cause of all these deaths.
Matt.
Guys, I think it might be a squid.
Bomar.
It's like, I don't know, guys. We've been welcoming a lot of new people. You know, we should probably start an eye to the musicians.
Flounder.
I think that's a good point with the musicians. We have been letting a lot of just new faces in.
Slippery P speaks up and says, "This isn't the first time I've been accused of murdering somebody, but I'll tell you what, I have a great alibi. I have all those kids that were following me around. They saw what happened, as well as Twiddle's brother Tweety. He saw, and he can back me up on this, I hope," he says, sweating. Something pulled his brother into the water. That's what we need to be investigating. And then lastly, Peregrine, if you'd like to close this with the kind of the community's thought.
As per tradition, what we've got to do is round up everyone that was mentioned here today and do some sort of trial by fire to see who's not guilty. That's all.
All right.
We're gonna do a witch burning.
We're gonna do a crucible. Here we go.
Oh,
In the middle of town.
Witch trials.
So I'm gonna write down trial by fire in just the notes for Slippery, the musicians, and
The
also
Chewy
Cliff.
pirates.
I mean, we can try to get them. They're probably up north.
And a random number of children. That apparently
and-
were
Oh
with
yeah,
them.
the
they were
kids?
mentioned too. Yeah, no,
Yeah, you
everybody
mentioned
mentioned.
children.
You did see everyone who was mentioned, and I guess also his brother. If that's where we're going. So Tweety.
Oh boy.
Okay. Cool.
Oh gosh.
This is what happens when you try to play a wholesome map making game with a bunch of D&D players.
Oh, sorry.
We are
Did
a
they?
malevolent gods.
I love this. This is great. I just think it's funny.
It wasn't gonna be wholesome. It was never gonna be wholesome.
No, it never was. Let's go ahead and
You
move
didn't
on.
have a chance.
No, but you know what? It's gonna be a fun story regardless. Tofar, it is your turn, my friend. You draw the King of Autumn. Oh, I'll put that closer to the thing. King of Autumn.
ooh.
So you know I'm not lying.
Ooh.
A natural disaster strikes the area. What was it? Choose one. You focus on getting everyone to safety, remove an abundance, and a project fails. You focus on protecting your supplies and hard work at any cost. Several people die as a result.
What? Oh shit!
You got to choose one.
Both good
I gotta
options, in
choose-
my opinion.
Oh, they're both. It is two options.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow.
So the disaster, a relatively like flat plain area, right?
Yeah, it's kind of a. I think for the most part, the story is taking place kind of in a plains outside of the mountain range. Yeah.
What happens in a plane? I wouldn't say like say a
Tornadoes.
tornado hits. Yeah, say a
Earthquake?
tornado.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're in Oklahoma.
Oh. I think I'm gonna go ahead and kill a bunch of people.
Oh, fun.
Oh God. Okay. Where's this tornado go through?
Goes to the center of town. Kind of scratches up some of the sides of the new college. A couple
Kills
bricks
the
pulled out here
witnesses.
and there. It does kill. I want to kind of go through my list here. Tweety, the brother. It's gonna kill.
Wiped out the gene pool.
Yeah.
Damn.
Who else was there? Who else was one of the witnesses listed?
Slippery, the
So-
musicians, Cliff, the kids, and Tweety.
The kids and the musicians also get it.
All the musicians and the kids.
The kids die.
The
They
traveling
get
musicians.
killed? Is that what you said?
No, not all the children, just the ones that were following Slippery P. Johnson around, which I don't imagine was all of them.
Oh,
It wasn't all of them, right? We didn't say it was all of them.
just the curious
Just a
ones
few
that had
of
a bright
them.
future ahead.
Should have been
how
so
did they
curious.
kill- How did this tornado, this act of God, kill specifically these people? Were they all in one place? Was it just like a very like goal oriented tornado? Like what happened?
Were they lining
every
up for the
brick that
trial
was
of fire?
picked up- every brick that was picked up from the college really was like just launched perfectly through like
Oh
windows.
no!
Just really some real stuff out of what's that movie? Final Destination. Just really picked them out.
Is Cliff still alive?
Yeah,
Okay.
Cliff
Cliff
better.
and Slippery P.
He
Johnson
doesn't
are both
want to
still
be
alive.
anymore. Damn.
No, I
That's
was
our
going to
main
say Cliff.
character.
Yeah, we need Cliff to be the witness. He has to be here for it all. He's like the watcher.
The way it killed. Wait, so it killed the musicians?
He killed
Tweety?
four musicians, Tweety, and any children around Slippery P. Johnson. Specifically those ones. No one else.
It killed the witnesses.
Yeah.
All witnesses except Slippery P. Johnson and Clifford.
I do like the idea of like Oswald being like, well, that's our sign. And then
That's what I was gonna say. I'm like, that's
just
a
being
sign.
cool with it. Yeah.
Now they're just gonna be
All
like,
right.
it's like, see, they died because they were breathing through the sand. It's Cliff. Get him.
As per tradition.
I think that's awesome. Projects go down by one. So Diggy Diggy Hole and Murder Investigation both finish. Locked on. Do you want to tell us what happens with Diggy Diggy Hole?
Oh no, wait. Isn't
You
Flounder in
you
charge?
can totally take it.
Oh, that's right. No, I'm sorry. Flounder is in charge of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
So
Um,
it does have to be a little bit different from the original, is what the card said. So
Yeah, so they definitely weren't able to get as deep in the mines as they were hoping. You know, they were hoping for that dragon horde of resources, but they had to value safety over greed, I guess. So I think they were able to create a deeper system into the mines, just not as deep down. And I still think they were able to get a like small stockpile of resources while they were down there digging. That potentially, I don't remember what we used the gems in the caverns for, but we definitely have gems to use for stuff.
okay. Gems are in abundance right now, we'll say. Awesome. And then the murder investigation is complete. I think following the death of these children, this carpenter canary, and these four musicians, all of whom they just built a concert hall for. The town is kind of in shambles, and Slippery P. Johnson is able to go back to the crime scene kind of unperturbed. And while he's there, I think he's looking in the water, and he sees not quite a squid, but some sort of aspect of the stagnant one glaring back at him. Its eyes murky black, and it looks at him. Looks fairly sated, fairly full, as it has received its sacrifices that were rumored so long ago, and it swims back down into the murky depths. And Cliff having this almost this communion with, or sorry, not Cliff, Slippery P. Johnson having this communion with this aspect of the stagnant one, goes back and tells the town what it is, and that hopefully this thing will be no more trouble to them.
I thought it was a squid.
And then let's go ahead and so that was the project, and then so far, let's see, what action would you like to take this turn?
Super quick question. Do we know what Slippery P. Johnson is? Did we say what he is?
He's an otter.
An
He's a
otter,
little
okay.
cigarette smoking otter.
Could not remember, could not picture him in my head. Do you have any ongoing projects right now?
The only one we have is no, actually we don't. We're all out of projects.
Gotcha, just done water filtration, college, music hall. This is tough. Okay. I want to hold the discussion.
Perfect. Do you want to ask a question or make a statement?
The town learning this information from Mr. Slippery P. Johnson really can now reflect on Cliff and his character. I mean, I guess he didn't do it then, everyone.
All right, locked on.
How do we know Slippery P's telling the truth?
Matt,
I'm still just baffled it wasn't a squid.
Fomar.
I mean, at this point, it seemed like it was. We have much else to go on there, and Cliff's fine, I guess.
Flounder.
It seems to me that the situation may have resolved itself. No more questions here.
Now, I might just be a simple investigative otter, but I have never seen anything like this before. I think that we are messing with forces beyond our recognition, and perhaps these spirits should be taken more seriously in the future.
It seems like what we ought to do is draft up a list of our monthly sacrifices. That is all.
And Tofar, you're the last one.
More like what we ought to do. Everyone, let's go down to the pub and get drunk. Woo! Let's celebrate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A new project has started. Get sloshed.
Yeah. 5 weeks.
Yeah, 5 weeks. There we go. Awesome. Locked on. You draw the 3 of autumn. Go ahead and read what that
Alright.
says, my friend.
Oh, geez. Someone leaves the community after issuing a dire warning. Who? What is the warning?
Oh,
Someone
Man.
issues a dire warning, and the community leaps into action to avoid disaster. What is the warning? Start a contentious project that relates to it. Well, since Slippery P talked about us needing to take the gods more seriously, I'm going to consider that the dire warning. And we are going to leap into action on thinking a way to appease the god and any other gods that may come to that we could think of or know about. So,
All right.
what gods do we
so
what gods do we know about?
So there is there's the stagnant one who started this year of silence. There is Freebo, the god of cooperation,
Cooperation
I
god.
believe,
Right.
who's just he's a face on the side of a mountain with a small pedestal that allows you to talk to him. And I want to say there was maybe one more, but I can't remember. We'll I'll keep looking through my notes. Freebo, god, legend sacrifices the food, large spire, fire scientist, patchouli smelling rats. No, that's it so far. So that's the only ones that they're really aware of.
Okay. So,
It is, however, known that in the Haithland, per the lore of Wanderhome, that small and fragile gods inhabit most everything. So, ranging from the smell of a forest after a fresh rain to the sound of wind whipping through the tall reeds and the plains, almost everything has some sort of spirit to represent it.
we don't have we have a stone in the middle of our town, right? That we talked. I remember you bring up some kind of stone or pedestal or.
That is the pedestal in front of Freebo, the god of cooperation. And that's over in the mountains. I don't think we have anything like that in the town, but you can make something like that.
That's what I was thinking. I think we're gonna make a little altar to many gods to appease as many as we can to hope for our village not to be harmed by natural disasters or the stagnant one to the best of our abilities. As per tradition.
As per tradition. How many weeks do you think it's going to take to build that?
I'm gonna say about 4 weeks.
4 weeks to build the altar to all the gods. As per tradition. I love that. Moving on, we have the Queen of Autumn going to Matt.
Quick question: do I still get another action, or because that's just part of the card?
Oh, I am so sorry. I am very bad at this. You do get an action. Yes.
No.
What was that? Your because which one did you?
I chose the right one. The someone
The
issues
right
a
one.
dire
Sorry. So
warning.
yes. So that is my apologies. Yes. So you still get to make another action.
Okay. Just wanted to double check.
Thank you for catching that.
No, you're good. I'm gonna say I want to start a discussion, and I'm gonna start with a question. Do we continue to allow outsiders into our village unattended as much as we have beforehand?
Matt, you're muted, my friend. We can't hear you.
I'm gonna need that one more time. My audio is a little fucked.
Okay. Do we allow outsiders to come into our village as unattended as we have beforehand?
Yeah, the outsiders haven't done anything.
I mean,
Okay.
it just so happens that they suffered the god's wrath. So I mean, other than that, they seemed fine.
Other than all coming here and then meeting the worst circumstances, I think we keep allowing outsiders because it kind of sounds like we might be the problem at this point.
I agree, and I also think that our friends to the north are still a very valuable resource. We can't cut them off right now.
I say we set up some sort of group whose responsibility it is to deal with outsiders and welcome them and vet them.
All right, and Topar, last statement.
I have softened on them mostly because most of them have died.
All right. So maybe we're opening up to the outsiders a little bit more. Matt, as I showed earlier, Queen of Autumn, my friend. Do you want to read that?
Yes, I got you. How's my mic, by the way? My whole audio thing
Great.
crashed for a second there. Okay, cool. Disease spreads through the community. Choose one. You spend the week quarantining and treating the disease. Project dice are not reduced this week. Or nobody knows what to do about it. Add health and fertility as scarcity. I'm going to say our tradition does not include knowledge of what to do in very contagious diseases. So I'm going to add health and fertility as a scarcity. We have no fucking clue what to do about this yet.
Bummer, but sounds like a plan.
But we're going to start a project to figure it out.
As is tradition.
As is tradition, we're going to build a hospital. Oh. Okay. Yeah, we're going to build a hospital. It's going to take... Oh. I think Felix just dropped.
Hello?
All right. Hey, sorry. Everyone froze on me, so I had to back out.
It happens.
So we chose we chose health and fertility as a scarcity.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
That is a scarcity. We are going to start a project to build a hospital to combat it.
I see. I love that. So I'll go ahead and mark down your project building. Can you describe this disease? What does it present as?
It is... Damn, it's hard not to just do the COVID thing. I'm gonna be real.
This is a magical and fantastical land, so it could be anything.
You know what? It's not a super serious one. It is a magical disease that makes you sneeze spores. And they don't really do much other than grow pretty harmless mushrooms, to be honest, and coat everything in a fine dusting of spores. So it's just kind of gross. But nobody knows how to deal with it. So for a little while, everything and everyone are going to be covered in spores and sneezing on each other.
Gotcha. Right. Not really intimate setting for some people. Not really a big turn on. Hence the fertility scarcity.
Exactly.
And how long do you think that hospital is going to take?
I'm going to say, since we have a college and people potentially knowledgeable enough to work in a hospital as well as build it, I'm going to say we're not going to take all of the time we have and do like 5 weeks.
5 weeks. Okay. Sounds good. Let's go ahead and see after Matt, of course, we have Omar. You get the 9 of Autumn.
Okay, the community works constantly, and as a result, a project finishes early, or a group goes out to explore the map more thoroughly and find something that has been previously overlooked. Hmm. I think we're kind of scared of sending people out right now since people were getting snatched up and die. So we're gonna go ahead and work constantly as a result to finish the project early. So what do we have right now besides the hospital? I think everything else.
We have the hospital and an altar to many gods being built in the middle of this community.
We're gonna go ahead, since we're taking our tradition so seriously, we're gonna go ahead and finish that altar early before we fear the wrath of another god.
Okay, awesome. The altar finishes early. That's 3 weeks ahead of time. Lockdown, would you like to just... Oh, he's not here right now. We'll have him describe what that looks like. He is. Hey, would you like to describe what happens with that altar and maybe add it to the map?
Yes, I will do that. Oh, where's our village? I'll add that in a moment.
We're all over the place. It's okay.
So, from my understanding, this finished early?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, every villager had made a handcrafted altar, little figures for as many gods as they could, and we just have like a accumulation of multiple gods in this little, by the nicest tree we have in our village of just every idol of every god we could think of.
Oh, that's cute.
And we didn't make one for the cooperation one because that one's already kind of on the map. But for that one, we just go to him on a regular basis.
I see.
He gets all this. He gets all the special, not sacrifices. He gets all the special offerings.
I love it. Fantastic. And then, Fomar, would you like to take an action?
Okay. Let's see. Let's see. Since we are in the middle of building the hospital right now, I think what we're gonna go ahead and do is get supplies ready to stockpile the hospital. So that should take about like 3 weeks.
Okay, so not just to have the hospital, but also like medicine and whatnot
Mm-hmm.
and equipment.
Yes.
Okay, for 3 weeks. Sounds good. Also, the hospital drops down to 4 weeks this turn. Cool. Fantastic. Let's go ahead and move on. I believe it is Flounder's turn. Flounder, you get the 10 of autumn.
Harvest is here and plentiful, add an abundance. Or cold autumn winds drive out your enemies, remove a threatening force from the map and the area. I don't think we have a threatening force other than the unknown.
We have the locusts in the bottom left that we haven't really done much with, and we have the
Okay.
spiders as well.
Where are the spiders at again?
They're just all over from the sound of it.
Oh, okay.
Horrifying.
Yeah, I think a cold autumn wind would drive out the locust.
Okay. Awesome.
Get them gone.
Awesome. Scared out by cold. Fantastic. Hospital goes down to 3. Medicine and equipment for the hospital down to 2. What action would you like to take this turn?
Okay, I am going to start a project and also work in conjunction with the hospital. I am starting a project to create a research lab specifically to create more advanced medicine with the mushrooms from the forest.
Okay.
I think it's ran by an older weasel named Elmer, and he had already been making little tinctures for people in the village out of the mushrooms, and then saw the spore sneezing epidemic happened and wanted to help more, so he is gonna start researching them more. Make more meds.
I'd love it. All right, so Elmer starts the research lab. Fantastic. And then cool. We have 2 more cards until winter. Are we good to keep going?
3 weeks.
Until then, we can do a little. Yes, 3 weeks. Thank you so much. My bad. And then yes, we have 2 more cards until winter. You guys cool if we do 2 more turns and we take a little bio break?
Good hit.
Sure.
Fantastic.
Yep.
It's my turn. The 5 of autumn. The parish arrives. Who are they? Why have they chosen your community? And what for? Or a small gang of marauders is making its way through a local terrain. How many are there? What weapons do they carry? I think Fiona comes back from living with the hippie commune for a while, and she is now she still looks like Fiona the Fox, very, very, youthful energy. But she is smelling of patchouli oil now, and she comes back a little bit more red in the eyes and says, "Guys, we would love to help you, so long as you allow us to build a church of sorts, and potentially have some conversations with you all about changing your life over to a bit more of a naturalistic one. We're happy to begin trading resources so long as you allow us a little bit of space to set up our own small community within yours." And so that's what happens there. I'll add I'm going to add like a flimsy tent onto the map or something like that in a second to represent that space. Project dice gets reduced by 1. Hospital and research labs get brought down by 2. Medicine and equipment for the hospital down to 1 week. Let's see, what do we need here? I think a discovery is made. I think since the college has been built and the scientists have been appeased, they come back to the community thankful for all of this effort for them and for their comfort and for their scientific endeavors. And they finally reveal what they have been working towards and what they've discovered within the spire, what they have uncovered. I think they have found some sort of advanced farming techniques that may help the crop yields during the next year. But I think also what they discover is that this year of silence it's not the first time this has happened. There are notes and documents tracing back to other communities that came before the Kith, those who left the tractor and those who left the ruined city and the old library and things like that, who went through a similar situation with the great spirits of this land. And they kind of reveal that there are notes here that state as to what they did, but there is something on the horizon after this year that we need to watch out for as well. So that will be my action for that. Let's go ahead and move on to Peregrine. Peregrine, at the end of autumn, we have the 8th of autumn. Would you like to read what it says?
Yeah. Okay. 8 of autumn. Sorry, my cat is in front of my second monitor. There we go.
That's okay.
Someone sabotage. Yeah. Someone sabotages a project and the project fails as a result. Who did this and why? Or someone is caught trying to sabotage the efforts of the community. The community respond. Okay, is it breaking rules if I want the input of the other players before I just run willy-nilly with this shit.
What are you thinking?
Okay, because I want someone to be caught trying to sabotage the hospital, and I imagine that it's one of the members of the parish who's pretty extreme, who's why are we building these medicines? All we need is the earth, but don't manipulate them. So this person is caught essentially just trying to undo the foundations of this hospital that's currently being built.
Oh my god, okay.
Not very successful. I don't know, some newly radicalized person who hasn't quite learned yet centrality. I don't know.
Right. They're like, we need to do this now. Do you think it would be Fiona,
Yeah,
who's been
immediately.
recently brought into this?
I think it would be whoever Fiona is closest to from the outsiders. Whoever Fiona considers a mentor in the
Okay.
parish. He's I don't know, an older Mm, like a weasel,
Okay.
kind of like a withered old weasel who prefers to be naked rather than wearing clothes, because clothes are unnatural.
Gotcha. Okay.
But I don't know
So,
how the community would respond. Yeah.
uh, that is a great question. So they're just caught, right?
Yeah. Can I, as my action, just start a conversation? Or
Absolutely.
yeah, hold a discussion? Okay.
Yeah. Project
To just
gets
bring up the
reduced by
community?
1 as well. Before, just so I don't forget, hospital and research lab all have 1, and medical and medicine equipment for the hospital gets resolved. Let's resolve that after we have this discussion.
So this like elderly yeah, like this elderly weasel who's like had a late turn in life to like move over to the parish is brought before the community. Um, and the question, I guess, is this person was caught like trying to vandalize the hospital and breaking things and stealing bricks. What should we do?
Awesome. Tofar.
I mean, they were caught fairly early. I believe we just slap on the wrist and make sure they don't do it again.
Locked on.
They come from a community that don't know our medical capabilities. Perhaps we show them what we can do, and hopefully they change their perception of modern medicine.
Preoccupied.
Yeah, I say we let him go for now.
Fomar.
He didn't hurt anything. I think, yeah, we need to fairly educate him first before we make any harsh decisions.
Flounder.
I think without consequences, actions keep replaying themselves. But maybe for now, we just keep a close eye on the situation.
And I think one of one of the members of the council, we'll say it's the donkey who by this point maybe in the year is getting a little maybe a little bit more wise. He kind of stands up, clears his hoarse voice, and says, I am very proud of this community. I think at the beginning of this year we would have acted rashly and with violence, and I think now we're acting with compassion. I think this is what this year is meant to teach us. And as he says that, the chill of winter creeps through the door. There's a shudder through the crowd, and winter begins. And we will check out the last season of this game in a few minutes after we get back from our bio breaks. Dear listeners, viewers, grab a drink, get some water, tell your friends and loved ones around you that you care for them, and then head on back, and we'll get playing again. We'll see you soon.
Chat will be back in 5-ish. Winter is here.
Hi, Siri.
Hi, chat.
Siri.
Oh,
Siri,
yeah, there she is. She's chilling. Looking for a comfy spot.
Hi,
she's looking good.
Bunny.
What's up? She looks guilty.
Oh,
She's
my
like, I
my
gotta
cat
take a minute to
is.
find that.
Oh God, my
Oh,
cat
she
is in
knows.
his litter box.
Nice.
I was about to say, I
Yeah.
haven't seen Meeker just run across the screen
Yeah.
yet.
He's about to. He's about to launch litter all over my desk. I'm sure of it.
I'm so
Oh,
happy
that's the
for you.
worst.
Yeah, lucky me.
That's
Uh,
devious.
Welcome
Never
back,
envious
everybody.
of that.
This is our last season with Wanderhome, and so, or not with Wanderhome, with A Quiet Year. We are entering into the winter months. Winter works a little bit differently for A Quiet Year. Once the King of Winter is drawn, the game ends, regardless of
Oh.
what projects are going on, what storylines are happening. We have 13 cards right here, I believe. I've shuffled it at the beginning of this game weeks ago. I don't know where the king is. So there's a chance this could be a bit of a longer season. There's a chance it could be a very, very short one. And so we're going to go ahead and kick things off with a quick description. As the winter chill enters into the town hall where this discussion is happening over the fate of this naked weasel who tried to sabotage the foundations of the hospital, we have moved through the Firetop season, where all the trees look bright orange and yellow as they change shades, and we've also transitioned through the grasping season in the Haithland, which is when all the trees have shed their leaves and plants look like claws pointing towards the heavens. The season of chill begins as snow begins to fall, entering into the month of snow blanket. The world is quiet and calm under the weight of heavy snow, and the snow feels a little bit heavier and colder than this year of silence. We're going to go ahead and start off with our next person in order, who I believe is Tofar. Tofar.
Did you draw the king?
King of Winter.
Oh,
No.
Jesus. All right.
No, my turn.
Oh wow.
I promise this wasn't scripted.
GG.
Yeah.
Do you want,
The
do you want to reshuffle?
no. This is how the
Damn it.
game is played.
No saves coming.
The King of Winter. The Frost Shepherds arrive, and the game is over. I know I said initially I had nothing written, but that was a lie. It was a lie of I don't know if I did a good enough job with this. Let's see how it goes. Unfortunately, the hospital and all of its the equipment for the hospital and the medicine are finished, but the hospital and the research lab itself are not. We kind of the scene of the winter sneaking in to the town hall kind of begins to get silhouetted, and it fades to black, and it's the screen is lit up again by the long wooden pipe of the elderly cat who has been telling this tale to all the kith in the Keystone. And I'll go ahead and read our ending. As the elderly cat finishes this tale, he realizes that his focus on the story has left him blinded to just how many kith he has had the attention of. Small children stare at him with their wide, large eyes. Rowdy teens, once causing a ruckus, now sit quietly, and adults, young and old, sit with bated breath. All eyes are on him as the gravity of the tale's ending sinks into the cat. A raconteur like myself, he thinks, has only a handful of moments like this in his life. What should I leave them with? What will warm their souls and lessen our farewell? My dear kith, he says, "Our ancestors overcame previously unimaginable odds to put us where we are today. The choices that they made, though not always selfless and kind, resound throughout our history and shape the very nature of our existence today. We endure the year of silence because of their greed and lust, and brave the vividity of the year of abundance because of how they survived. Their compassion towards those trying to do them harm near the end of their year of silence still lives on throughout us. I have walked this land for many, many years, and I have seen the many wonders in the Hateland. I have seen neighbors welcome hungry neighbors to their table. I've seen little Kith rush to offer a helping hand to a trip classmate, and I have seen you all smile at least once tonight. It has been my pleasure to tell you these tales, and I want to thank you all for allowing me to do so." A tear wells in his eye, quickly wiped away as he stands up as fast as his creaky old joints will allow him. "As this is my third and last cycle, I wish to leave you with one bit of advice. Look upon each other with kindness. The coming year and years afterwards shall put upon you challenges like you will never expect. There will be moments where you feel tension and anger for your fellow Kith. Breathe. Let these moments pass, and know that violence done truly never heals. Love, however, lasts forever." As he says this, the wind outside slows its assault against the halls of the Keystone, and somewhere in the Stronghold's hall, an old grandfather clock sounds, its gears and springs dancing in tandem to the sweet reverberations of its chime ringing 12 times. The hall erupts in cheer. They had done it. The year of silence is over. They had survived and proven their resilience to the Haith and earned their place in its bounty and beauty, just like previous generations had. Tankards smash into tankards, the old gramophone in the corner is cranked to life and spells out a jaunty tune, and loved ones embrace and cry for tears of joy. The night goes on like this until finally the last Kith falls to sleep. The morning light brings with it the sound of joyous and playful bells, and while the young amongst the community who have not yet experienced the end of a year of silence jump out of bed, curious to see what this commotion is, those who have wake with a heaviness of dread in their stomachs. The Kith gather outside in the courtyard of the Keystone to see a colorful and resplendent spirit, its chosen form of vibrant and shimmering purple cloak, towering many feet above the Kith, and a joyful mask exuding light and hope atop it. Billowing over this group of families and loved ones, it says, in a honeyed and layered chorus of a voice, little Kith, we bring unto thou tidings of adulation. Like ancestors past, thou hast braved the tribulation set forth upon you. The Haithland welcomes you back. And as the Herald of Abundance says this, a color stolen a year ago from the Kith returns to them, and the vividity of the land reemerges. There is but one thing left before thou art gifted this, a year of abundance, it says, joyfully as his towering cloak billows and undulates, bringing the spirit to its full height, towering as its cloak fully opens. The first cycle shall teacheth thou respect and fear for the land, it recites, as its mask turns towards the children in the crowd who cower behind their parents. Your second cycle shall teacheth love and understanding for each other. Its mask now turning.
There it is.
Its mask now turning towards oh, he did something. Hold on. Oh, Mickey, come on, man. We're ending the show.
The true trial, the cat.
He hears a cat
Final
outside.
boss.
Hold on. I'm going to reread that section because it's important. Here you go, buddy. You can look. Let me see. He might have deleted something. The first cycle shall teacheth thou respect and fear for the land, it recites, its mass turning towards the children of the crowd who cower behind their parents. The second cycle shall teacheth thou love and understanding for each other, its mass now turning it to the adults in the crowd, who hold the hands of their friends and family tightly as their gaze passes to them. And finally, the third cycle shall teachest thou how to say goodbye, it says, turning its final gaze upon the elderly, whose reactions are not uniform. Some cry, some stand stoic, and some even smile wearily. Its cloak fully opens, defying any rules of reality, and reveals a perfect triangle gateway. Through this threshold, the kith see a well-walked trail upon a beautiful field of tall grains and grasses, all under a deeply purple sky filled with stars. As this generation of kith says goodbye to their elders, can you all help me paint this picture? Let's go ahead and go in order. I'll go last, if that's all right with you.
Yeah. Can
Peregrine.
you repeat for a second?
By all means.
Yeah. Can I? Okay, so the third cycle was to teach them how to say goodbye. The second was to teach them love and understanding of each other. And the first cycle was respect and reverence for the land. Is that what you
Yes.
said? Okay.
Yes. This gateway into some sort of afterlife opens up as the elderly of this community, who have survived 3 cycles of silence and abundance, are asked to step forward.
You see, as like all of the elderly have these different expressions on their faces, kind of reflecting on what's happening. Um, an old owl who's like even more stooped from like time and age, wraps her arms around her youngest grandchild and gives her a little rub on the top of the head and steps through.
All right. Tofar?
I think among all the old ones, there's no real sadness in any of this. It's all a calm acceptance. As many approach the end of their life, they simply realize that they need to let go.
Lockton?
The gonna say like teenagers, the ones that are gonna be taking some of the new responsibilities that the older ones are leaving behind. Look at the elderly as proud, and even though they had disagreements and all these troubles getting up to this moment, they look at them with fondness in their eyes and trying to stay strong, saying everything will be okay, we'll take care of it, as the elderly move on and they look back to the children and they stand proud.
Matthew?
There are a lot of adults hugging their parents for the last time as they go to walk through the gate. A lot of these families saying goodbye for some, the heads of their families, for others, just wise individuals who have been with them for a long time, while children try to understand, but are struggling to understand why it has to be goodbye now.
Omar?
You're
And
muted.
you're muted, my friend.
My bad. Okay. As the elders get ready to pass on, they tell the children to remember all that they've been taught and continue to pass down the traditions that they've held to their children and those thereafter, because there will be a time that they will have the same position. So they want to be remembered.
Beautiful. And Founder?
I think we see another set of like an elderly woman and her adult daughter, and the mother gives her daughter like her final hug goodbye and kind of gives her a kiss on the forehead and walks into the triangle. And then you see the daughter turn and hug her own children.
And I think one of the last scenes, maybe not one of the last scenes, but an additional scene that we see in here is we see the old storyteller cat with no family of his own, a raconteur and traveler his entire life, never settling down, struggles to get up from his sitting location near the steps of the keystone, only to find that a few individuals help him and others like him up to their feet, give them pats on the back, give them hugs, kisses on the foreheads, and wish them safe journeys. And I think as all of these kith walk through this gateway into this purple skied world, as they pass through the threshold, their bodies illuminate, and some of them take on their younger forms. Their old creaking arthritic bones become spry and lively and bouncing again. I think some of them take on the forms of small and fragile gods, some turning into small pine cones with legs and almost googly eyes, others into different forms of flying insects that flit off into the sky, and some even still that are maybe tired of this corporeal form, take off into the sky and become yet another set of constellations, as the billowing and velvety cape of the Herald of Abundance closes and folds it on itself and winks out of existence. The sun is coming down nicely on the napes of the neck of the kith in this courtyard, empty in some ways and full in others, as they begin to realize the snow is melting. The air smells good. There's color everywhere. And as the month of till soil begins, so does the year of abundance. And with that, we'll end our game for the night. A bit of an abrupt ending. The next time we meet, we will be making our characters in Wanderhome. And we will begin telling a story in the land of the Haith. Thank you, everybody, for being a part of this.
Thank you for running this. It's beautiful.
Yeah, this
That's
has been
so
fun.
cool.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody, and thank you, everybody who's watching and listening at home. I hope you've enjoyed this kind of twist on our traditional D&D storytelling. I'm very excited to play Wanderhome with this group. They're all amazing and fantastic. I hope you've enjoyed this story as well, and we're excited to see where it goes.
Dude, Wanderhome's gonna kick ass. I'm so
I think
excited.
Wanderhome's going to be
Excited.
really,
It's
really
gonna be
good.
fun.
Felix.
I'm really excited. Yeah, thank you guys for being a part of this. We're looking at probably 2 weeks out, I would assume, to
Yeah.
allow some. Yeah, so 2 weeks out, we'll all come together. We'll make some characters together, and we'll go from there.
Sounds good.
Sounds good.
Yeah. I guess I'll take over for the
Please,
Fresh Rolls
yeah, I don't
outro
really
here.
know where to go from here.
Yeah. Chat, next week is going to be Time of Blood. This is the start of the final arc of season 1. There's going to be a lot more Time of Blood after a break of other RPGs. So be there for that. Same time, same place. My brain stopped working for a second there. It's 6 p.m. MST, Arizona time. What time zone is that for you? I don't know. I don't know what time we start. Google it. And until next time, chat, it has been our pleasure to serve you. Thank you and good night.